Okay, so this is the remembering side of 6-2. Lunchroom A and lunchroom B have the same ratio of tables to chairs. Lunchroom A has 7 tables and 42 chairs. Lunchroom B has 54 chairs. How many tables are in lunchroom B? You might find it helpful to draw a factor puzzle for this. And you can put tables on one side, T for tables, C for chairs. 7 tables, 42 chairs. And then lunchroom B has, we don't know how many tables, that's what we're trying to find out, and it has 54 chairs. So looking down the chairs column, we know that the 42 and the 54 are both in the 6 row on the multiplication chart. So 6 times 7 is 42, 7 times 1 is 7, and 6 times 9 is 54, so 9 on both sides. That leaves us with 9 times 1, which tells us that it has 9 tables. Make sure you have tables written down there too. Number 2, simplify by combining like terms. Use the distributive property if possible. So let's see if we can find a spot in here that we can use the distributive property. We see this T here next to the parentheses R plus 6. So that would be a place where we can use the distributive property. So we distribute that. T times R would be what? Let's start with rewriting 4R plus T times R is TR plus T times 6 is 6T plus 7T. All right, so for this one, we have only one term that has just an R in it, so we can leave that by itself, 4R, plus there's only one term that has T and R in it, so we leave that by itself as well. And then the 6T and the 7T, we can combine those. 6T plus 7T is 13T. So 4R plus TR plus 13T. Number 3, 15 plus 3 times y minus 4 plus g. That seems like a good place to do the distributive property. So let's rewrite that as 15 plus 3 times y is 3y minus 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, distribute 3 times 4 is 12. Plus, there's a plus sign there, 3 times g is 3g, and then we just do the minus 2g at the end. See what we can combine. 15 and minus 12 can combine to make 3. There's only one number that has a y in it, and that's plus 3y. And then we use this, so now we just need to use plus 3g minus 2g, and if you combine those, it ends up just being plus g. So 3 plus 3y plus g. Number 4, 6y plus 8ut plus 17 minus 4y minus 10. So nothing really to distribute there. Let's just combine some like terms. So we've got a 6y and we've got minus 4y. 6 minus 4 is 2, so we've got 2y. Then we have plus 8ut. We don't have any other ut's, so 8ut. And then we have plus 17 minus 10. So plus 17 minus 10 leaves us with just plus 7 because we had to take 10 away from the 17. So that should be 2y plus 8ut plus 7. Write equivalent fractions and then complete. So we have 3 3/8 and 3 1/6. So we would end up with probably using the number 24 on the bottom for a denominator. So put 3 over 20, or 3 and something 24ths, 8 times 3, so 3 times 3 is 9. And then the other one, the whole number stays the same. We want to put a 24 on the bottom. And we can do 6 times 4 is 24, 1 times 4 is 4. So 3 and 9 24ths, and 3 and 4 24ths. 1 point for having those correct. Then greater than less than, we would say that 3 and 9 24ths is greater than 3 and 4 24ths. When you add them up, you end up with 3 and 13 24ths. That's easy. And then when you subtract them, you end up with 9 minus 4 is 5 24ths. And then 3 minus 3 is 0. So just 5 24ths is the answer for that one. Oh, sorry. For this one, yep. Sorry. 6 and 13 24ths because I forgot to add the whole numbers. Thank you. Yep. Yep. Multiplication, we have, go back to the normal, 3 times 8 is 24, plus 3 is 27 over 8. times 3 times 6 is 18 plus 1 is 19 over 6. Anything we can simplify ahead of time? Yes, because the 27 and the 6 are both divisible by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 27 divided by 3 is 9. And then we can do 9 times 19, which is 90 plus 81, which is 171 for the top number. And then 8 times 2 is 16. And 171 divided by 16, it goes in one time, minus 16 equals 1, and carry down the 1. So we would have goes in 0 times there. And then we would say it would be 10 and 11 sixteenths. Okay, and number 10, division of those fractions. So sticking with the same fractions, 27 over 8, and then instead of times 19 halves, we're going to multiply times the reciprocal to do the division. So times 2 over 19. Here we can simplify 2 divided by 2 is 1, divided by 2 is 4, and then we can multiply. 27 times 1 is 27, 4 times 19 is 76, and that would be incorrect. This is supposed to be a 6 on the top here. Did you guys realize that and didn't tell me?
No.
All right, so let's scratch that. 27 times 6, and then we have a 4. So this would be a 3, and that would be a 4, because that was a 6 and that was an 8. So 27 times 3 is what? 60 plus 21 is 81 over 76 is what we should have. So you could have 81 or 76, or you could say a better answer would be 1 and 5/76. All right, number 11, finding the surface area and the volume. Surface area, 2 times 8 times 8, plus 2 times 8 times 12, plus 2 times another 8 times 12. 64, 2 times 64 is 128. 8 times 12 is 96. 2 times 96 is 192, I believe. And then again, 8 times 12 is 96. Times 2 is 192 again. And that would be 12, 21, 512, 192. 512 meters, and we would say squared because it's surface area. Volume of that's a little bit easier. All we have to do is multiply everything together. So 12 times 8 equals 96. And then 96 times the other 8 equals 76. So 768. And for this one, we would say meters cubed. All right, here we have 7 by 7 by 7. So we can use a little simpler formula where we would do 6 times 7 squared. So 7 squared is 49, and 49 times 6 equals, let's see, 4 times 6 is 24, plus 5 is 29. So we could say 294, and that's inches squared. And then for volume, length times width times height. 7 times 7 is 49, and 49 times 7 equals 28 plus 6 is 34. So 343 inches, what do we say? Cubed. All right, and the last one, surface area, formula.
7th and 8th graders, please go to lunch.
All right, so surface area for this one, 2 times 5 times 14 plus 2 times 14 times 16 plus 2 times 16 times 5. All right, 5 times 14, I know 5 times 10 is 50, and 5 times 4 is 20, so that's 70. 2 times 70 is 140. And then 14 times 16, let's do that over here. 24, 8, placeholder, 4, 1. 224. 224 times 2 is 448. And then 16 times 5, 90? No, 80. 80. And then 2 times 80 is 160. Add that up and you get 748. And that would be feet squared. And then volume for that one would be 5 times 16 times 14. So 16 times 5, we did that already, which is 80. And then 80 times 14. $1120. Is that what you guys got? 1,120, and we would say that that would be feet cubed.